All right, welcome back. Bienvenue, Ethan.
Bienvenue, merci beaucoup.
C'est tout mon plaisir. Je parle le français québécois, mais
Wait,
c'est a little
I
bit
remember when I was in Mont Tremblant, the way they would say the dogs instead of les chiens, they would say chien, les
different.
chiens, chien.
Yeah,
I love that.
I've lost some of my vocabularies when I go back and they tell jokes. So they talk super fast where all the words are together.
Yeah.
It gets really hard. But let me ask you, probably my favorite question, potentially of all time, is: can you share with us who two or three people who have been influencers in your life?
Um, yeah. So I'll say my my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, he was a guy who always had a joke. Actually, both my grandfathers always had a joke. But I'm thinking of my father's father, who he was a workaholic. He worked 7 days a week. If he came and visited in New York, he had to leave super early in the morning or the night before to get back to open his shop. He had a spring shop where they fixed the springs on trucks. He did it for 50 plus years. But whenever you talk to him, he had a new joke, and that influenced me in some way. Um, and then one of my fond childhood memories is sitting with my father and listening to Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner's record, "The 10,000-Year-Old Man." That was probably my first experience with comedy at that level, the perfection of that sketch and the improv built into that. So I would say Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner, but I got to meet Mel Brooks twice in person, and so that was he's a hero. And actually, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, where I live, they named a street after him. He's from there, so I learned it after the fact. Um, and finally, Bernie Sanders, a guy who has all of my influence are old Jewish guys. So Bernie Sanders, a guy who can make yelling and kvetching lovable and effective. Like the fact that you could talk like this and get things done and say your opinion and you don't have to pull any punches. Get it done. Say what you want, and people might get in line behind you. Anyway, those are three. Those are three influencers.
Those are
For
awesome
yeah,
influencers.
yeah. And
Thank
no, I don't want to take anything away from the women of the world and the Gentiles of the world. I just happened to pick old Jewish guys or the young people of the world. Don't take that personally. I was just naming some influencers.
well, I think you did great, and you made sure that no one was offended at the same
Good. Good.
time.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, because in case I run for office, I had to put that little disclaimer.
I think you should run from office, actually.
That's funny. Look at you. Wow.
I can't.
Funny guy. Funny guy.
Anyways, thanks again. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Thanks, Mark.